And welcome into the KRK Capital View App Extra for this Sunday edition. You know, the Arkansas poll came out, on Wednesday or Thursday this week?
Wednesday.
And there was a variety of things, which obviously some of it kind of similar to the Hendrix College Talk Business poll that you authored and talked about here on Capital View. Maybe some takeaways from the poll.
Well, I mean, I think my biggest takeaway, there was a lot of interesting data in there, and it did support some things we've seen across that other poll that you referenced with Talk Business and Hendrix College. I was particularly interested in the number of people who have self-identified as independents. This is a big number. It was about 37% in the Talk Business poll, 37% in the Arkansas poll. I honestly think that there is right now in Arkansas a huge anti-incumbent, don't want to associate with either political party in any particular way, and I think that's why you see that rising independent number. And it was interesting too that when you looked at the follow-up question that the Arkansas poll asked, 43% of independent voters identify with the Republican Party to 21% identifying with the Democratic Party. That's a 2-to-1 margin, and that is very similar to what we've seen in the 2010, 2012 election cycles in terms of independents breaking towards Republican candidates over Democratic candidates.
Yeah, it may not be a good year. It seems like in recent years, whether it's 2010 or 2012, to have incumbent next to your name, senator or representative. I mean, we may not have a wholesale change, at least on the congressional delegation, but at least if you look at voter kind of trends and tendencies and preferences, I mean, that's kind of what we're seeing, right?
I think that may also be part of the reason why you see those Tom Cotton and Mark Pryor numbers as close as they are, because technically Tom Cotton is an incumbent too, although Mark Pryor's been there much longer, but I'm not so sure that people aren't associating him with Washington, D.C., and I think right now there's a lot of angst, anger, anxiety with Washington, D.C.
And as your poll, the Hendrix College Talk Business poll reflected, majority of Arkansans, at least as it related to the shutdown, did kind of, blame, if you want to use that word, Democrats and Obama more than Republicans. That was reflected in the Arkansas poll.
Yep.
You saw the approval ratings that are low for Mark Pryor at 34%, but you also saw John Bozeman's ratings equally low.
I suspect that if we had asked that question about Bozeman in the Talk Business Hendrix College poll, we would have gotten some similar results with that. I regretted not putting that in there, but at the time I didn't realize that there would be kind of what we saw in the initial results of that poll to draw that assumption or to put that in there on the front end, but may do it going forward.
Yeah, I think the takeaways, people are just generally not pleased with what they're seeing, which, how can you blame them?
Except they are pleased watching Capital View.
I hope so.
And the App Extra.
I hope so. Everyone get another fresh cup of coffee, Capital View.